Hey guys, it's Keisha here, and today we're going to be transforming these generic Dickies. They're like 30 something bucks, totally ugly and old, I've had them forever. We're going to be changing them to look like these destroyed overalls that a lot of stores are charging for 250 bucks, $300, which I think is nuts, so we are going to distress it out ourselves. We're going to take our Dickies and we're going to make them look better than they do because they are not cute. They look like I'm about to go do some plumbing, and that's not a good look. What we're going to do first and foremost is remove the labels. There's one on the front and one on the back, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab a standard steak knife and I'm just going to slide it underneath the label and use it to cut the threading attached to the material. Just be very careful that you're not cutting the overalls themselves, and make sure that you have the knife always away from you. So I'm turning the material around and around and around so that I can always use the knife away from my body. We do not want to impale any part of our bodies. Continue doing it until all of it comes out, and then I'm going to remove the thread by hand. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. You're going to be grabbing a razor, and I like this one because it's sheathed and I don't have to worry about cutting myself. I'm going to put my pants on, and I'm then going to grab a marker and indicate where I want my initial cuts to be. I'm going to be doing them around the knee, like above the knee, and again below the knee, around the knee. I don't know, I'm just kind of putting them all over the place. Now you just want your cuts to be different widths, you don't want them all to be the same exact size. Then you're going to grab a magazine and slide it into one leg. You're going to be putting this magazine wherever you are making cuts. Also remember to take your pockets out so you're not cutting them and you won't lose things that matter to you. I'm then going to make slices. I am not using any rubber resin to do these. I guess they're like 1/4 to 1/2 inch between each, but I'm just kind of going with whatever strikes my fancy. I was inspired by Jer Woo's video about like making these kind of cuts, so he also suggested using a magazine. I thought that was great, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm then going to be grabbing some scissors to cut the top of my back pocket, and then I'm going to take that same magazine, which as you can see is nicely sliced up, and I'm going to fold it and put it into my pocket. I don't use my back pockets very often for anything, if ever, so I don't care. I'm going to be putting a whole bunch of slits back there as well. I then take my magazine and I rip it in half, and then I'm going to use that so that I can slide it into one of the front pockets of my overalls because I want to make some more cuts there. It really is your choice how many or how little you want to put. I just kind of get a little happy with it. Then I'm going to grab some sandpaper. I'm using two different textures here. One's really coarse and one's really fine. And then I just go to town. I like to do it right at the thigh, along the kneecap area, and I'm doing it in two directions. I'm going straight and then I'm crossing over so that the thread can be more visible. I'm also going to do it around the zipper in the front of the overalls, and as you can see, it's already starting to get a little lighter. I then take a razor and I'm going to kind of fade out the zipper area, like the rim of that, so it gets more lighter and faded. I'm then going to take my sandpaper again and I'm going to go over where the label was because I don't want anybody to know there was a label there. I flip it over and I'm going to do the same thing on the back, and then I hit all the edges. So I'm getting all the seams, the sides, the back, the butt area. Just be careful, don't go too crazy because you could get holes there. You don't want a hole on your butt. And then I'm doing the straps as well. And yeah, I just keep going until it gets as light as humanly possible. I just want to make sure that it looks extremely faded and extremely used. And as you can see here, there's some holes that started to develop on their own. The one area that I had already cut. And then, the legs, the texture is much different now. So I bet you thought we were done, but we're not. Shake your denim out, and then you're going to grab some white fabric paint. I'm going to be using this brush. I have no idea where I got it from, but I do like the back part of it because it's round. I'm going to be using that. I'm going to shake up my paint and then dip the back part of my brush into the paint and dab little white dots all over my overalls. I've been seeing around town jeans that look really awesome with purposeful paint on them, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm then going to wipe off the excess paint and then, use the dried bottom of the brush to create more of a smudged look. And then just add more here and there wherever I go. I'm going to grab a paper towel, I'm going to wet it, and then I'm going to dab the denim some more just to give it more of a smudged look so that's not too opaque. I want it to be opaque but not like crazy opaque. Just want it to look kind of natural but yet kind of purposeful. I'm then going to leave them to dry for about 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to want to iron over the parts that have the paint in order to seal it in place. Otherwise, they will rinse off. I learned the hard way. You're going to turn them inside out and toss them into the washing machine. I am washing mine on cold, but you probably could do warm if you want more fade. And then you're going to throw them in the dryer on high. And this is the finished product. I hope you guys like it. If you do give this a try, feel free to hashtag me at NiftyKeisha on Instagram. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.